अज्ञान तिमिर को काट सके, ज्योतिर्मय जीवन पा जाएं, वह शक्ति हमें दो दया निधे।
शोभित यूनिवर्सिटी, empowering nation through education.
कल आप भी इस मुकाम पर पहुंच सकते हैं। सिर्फ डिग्री नहीं, बेहतरीन प्रोफेशनल बनिए। 2 वर्ष से केंद्र की देश के 100 टॉप विश्वविद्यालयों की सूची में शामिल उत्तराखंड का अकेला विश्वविद्यालय ग्राफिकेरा, ड्रीम टू बी यूनिवर्सिटी।
माननीय श्री शिवराज सिंह चौहान जी, मुख्यमंत्री मध्य प्रदेश, माननीय डॉक्टर सुभाष सरकार जी, शिक्षा राज्य मंत्री भारत सरकार, माननीय श्रीमती अनीता करवल जी, सचिव स्कूली शिक्षा व साक्षरता विभाग भारत सरकार, ग्वालियर सहोदय स्कूल कॉम्प्लेक्स के पदाधिकारी, देश और विदेशों में सीबीएसई से संबद्ध स्कूलों के प्रधानाचार्य और शिक्षक, इस स्कूल प्रधानाचार्यों के 2 दिवसीय सम्मेलन में आप सभी का स्वागत करते हुए मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रही है। मैं सीबीएसई और सहोदय कॉम्प्लेक्स ग्वालियर की ओर से जिसने इस सम्मेलन को आयोजित करने के लिए सीबीएसई के साथ भागीदारी की है, माननीय श्री शिवराज सिंह चौहान जी, माननीय डॉक्टर सुभाष सरकार और मैडम अनीता करवल का इस सम्मेलन के आयोजन में उनके प्रोत्साहन के लिए और सीबीएसई को शिक्षा में सकारात्मक बदलाव का एक माध्यम बनने में मदद करने के लिए हार्दिक धन्यवाद व्यक्त करता हूं। मैं सम्मेलन में भाग ले रहे सभी डिस्टिंग्विश्ड स्पीकर्स, पैनलिस्ट और पार्टिसिपेंट जो हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं, उनका स्वागत करता हूं। As India celebrates Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, it is appropriate that the theme for this year's annual Sahodaya conference is Punarnava, Rediscovery of India at 75. It will throw light on the vision of the National Education Policy 2020, which aims at building a globally best education system rooted in Indian ethos and traditions and transform India into a global knowledge superpower. I am delighted to share with you that CBSE schools are among the front runners for participating in activities being organized to commemorate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. In a short while from now, you will also be able to witness a beautiful choreography by students on the journey of 75 years of India's independence. The conference will also feature a video presentation on the theme before the valedictory tomorrow, and also an e-exhibition of artwork done by students on Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. At the outset, let me take this opportunity to thank all the principals and teachers who have put in untiring efforts during this pandemic to ensure that the learning process continued during these times. The last 2 years have been enormously testing and trying due to uncertainty and closing down of physical schooling. Despite the unprecedented level of uncertainty due to the pandemic, we have witnessed the outstanding ability and adaptability of our teachers to rise to the challenges and respond to it. Sahodaya, a voluntary association of CBSE schools across the country, is based on a spirit of sharing and learning from each other, which is one of the principles enunciated in the National Education Policy 2020. The annual meeting of Sahodayas has become institutionalized and is of immense benefit to all CBSE schools and CBSE as an institution itself, in terms of pointers and directions to move forward and bring about changes to improve and better the education system. CBSE has benefited over the years from this practitioner's perspective, which is based on grassroots experience and learning. Individual teachers often explore new ways of transacting the curriculum in answering the needs of students within a specific classroom context. Such innovative and creative ways of teaching and learning need to be supported and scaled up to benefit the entire system. CBSE is setting in place a mechanism to support a select few such initiatives every year. One of the largest spin-offs from the pandemic has been the use of technology in school education. Technology also provides us an opportunity to rethink education. If concerns of access and equity are addressed, technology has the potential of bringing the best quality of resources to each child, which will allow a child to learn at his pace from anywhere and empower children to be active learners. It has the potential to ensure both excellence and equity. However, while we implement reforms, we must carefully ensure that they must not overwhelm our children. The ultimate purpose of technology and reforms recommended in the National Education Policy is to place students at the center of the education process by shifting the focus from teaching in a passive manner to active learning. The National Education Policy realizes that the quality of an education system cannot exceed the quality of its teachers. It places the teacher at the center of the fundamental reforms. The policy emphasizes conceptual understanding rather than rote learning, creativity and critical thinking, multidisciplinary and holistic education, recognizing, identifying and fostering the unique capabilities of each student, flexibility, 21st century skills, no hard separation between different areas of learning as some of its guiding principles. All these require a change in the way learning is structured in our classrooms, and principals and teachers will have to be change leaders to bring about these reforms in a productive and practical manner. The board will continue to make efforts to support the professional development of both heads of schools and teachers to ensure effective implementation of school-based reforms. The theme of the capacity building program for the year 2022 is creating conducive learning environment. Capacity building of teachers through mutual cooperation among schools could be a key strategy, and Sahodayas can play a decisive role in this process. I therefore call upon all of you to collaborate and mutually exchange resources to empower teachers to successfully carry out the reforms envisaged in the National Education Policy. As a result of the recommendations in NEP, examinations are also set to change. As you are aware, CBSE is transforming its board examinations in a gradual manner to make them more aligned to learning outcomes and competencies, and also streamlining our test development process to well-accepted protocols of standardized testing. It is expected that the changes in assessment pattern will bring about commensurate changes in pedagogical practices in the classroom and enable a shift from rote learning to conceptual understanding and application of learning to real-life situations. CBSE has projected a target to make its examinations competency-based to an extent of at least 50% by the year 2025. The board has also set up a Center for Excellence in Assessment with robust technical specialization for conducting action research in the area of assessment and examination and developing quality question item banks to be used for various examinations. It will also undertake capacity building of item developers, evaluators, teachers, and other stakeholders, along with creating a community of experts and master trainers who will be well adept in the concept of competency-based assessment and modern theories of assessment. I will encourage all the schools to make use of these quality resources and bring about changes in assessment at the school level also. CBSE advocates innovation in learning pedagogy and has taken many initiatives to make pedagogy innovative, experiential, joyful, child-friendly, and context-oriented, and empower teachers for using these pedagogies. Experiential and active learning are the best pedagogies for competency-based education. These pedagogies promote critical thinking, creativity, and effective study of skills among students. It is expected that teachers will provide meaningful and joyful learning experiences to the students by adopting a variety of innovative pedagogies or instructional activities, experimenting with different pedagogies like use of puppets, toys, art, board games, etc. in teaching, and go beyond textbooks to transform classroom pedagogy. In order to enhance the learning skills, creative and critical thinking skills, mathematical skills, social emotional skills of the students, the board has been conducting many student enrichment activities throughout the year, like CBSE Expression Series, Heritage India Quiz, Science Exhibition, Aryabhatta Ganit Challenge, Storytelling Competition, Reading Challenge, Science Olympiad, celebration of different national and international days, programs for environmental conservation, celebration of Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat, adolescent peer educators leadership program in life skills, holistic health and well-being, and the schools have enthusiastically supported these initiatives by encouraging the students to participate in these activities. In this year as well, the board will be conducting all these activities, and also some new activities will also be initiated. The schools are encouraged to continue all-round participation in these activities by motivating students to participate in them for their overall development. The National Education Policy emphasizes foundational literacy and numeracy. The board has also taken steps to support schools in achieving stipulated competencies of foundational literacy and numeracy, and a plethora of resources for teachers have been created and made available at the CBSE academic website. It is important that all schools give concerted attention to this aspect, as lack of these competencies at the foundational level have long-term implications on the learning abilities of students. For holistic education, it is important to be cognizant of the unique abilities of a child across different domains. The board has developed a holistic progress card, which it will pilot during the coming year at the primary level, and it is expected to help in identifying the unique abilities of each child. SAFAL, or Structured Assessment for Analyzed Learning, which is a competency-based assessment for grades 3, 5, and 8, has been introduced by CBSE to assess the progress of foundational skills and basic learning outcomes and competencies among students. As a diagnostic assessment, it will provide developmental feedback to schools and teachers to improve teaching and learning without additional examination pressure on students. CBSE is all set to conduct a pilot of SAFAL this year. CBSE has also developed a framework of quality school assessment and assurance. This will enable schools to evaluate themselves against the defined standards and embed transformational change. It will also provide the schools with qualitative benchmarks around which they can charter their own self-improvement path to establish an expected level of excellence in all levels of their functioning. The National Education Policy 2020 has recommended integration of skill education program in mainstream education in all the educational institutions. In keeping with the recommendations, CB has already introduced 9 skill modules for students of classes 6 to 8 to ensure that all students of its affiliated schools have a flexibility of making a skill choice at an early stage in their academic journey by exposing them to quality skill education. Coding and data science have also been introduced as skill subjects. The board will definitely provide necessary support and guidance towards training and capacity building of teachers and other aspects for the successful implementation of skill subjects from time to time.
At LPU, I got exposed to new age technologies like AI and big data at Centers of Excellence by Google, SAP and Oracle. These learnings helped me to get a job with Microsoft at a package of Rs 42 lakh.
I studied computer applications at LPU and now I am placed at IBM.
This great exposure has helped me to grab a job in a multinational company.
Glad I joined LPU, where I followed my passion, and today I work for Amazon at a package of 28 lakhs per annum.
The idea of World University of Design was born 3.5 years back. We understand that in future, all progressive industries are going to be design based. All our courses have a spine of design thinking, of core competencies. We try to build in programs which are not available in the country right now, but which would be very, very relevant.
कुछ पाने की जो चाहत है, मंजिल में जो भी रुकावट है, उसे हराना है, हमें आगे बढ़ते जाना है। हमें अपना नाम कमाना है, ख्वाबों को पर लगाना है, हमें आगे बढ़ते जाना है।
Chandigarh Group of Colleges, Jhanjeri. If your college is right, your future is bright. Get placed before you finish off your courses.
We are all going to carve our own paths, and we have to begin somewhere. To find our purpose, to be inspired, to innovate, to learn, and let the lessons of life guide us. We are all different. We are competitive. We are going to shape our own lives. But in this journey, we are bounded by common values. We share, we laugh, we go beyond textbooks and identify the true meaning of evolving together. These are the values that shape us, the values that make us human. That is what drives us to be ahead for life.